Yes, and welcome back to a brand new episode of DUD SPUD. I'm Maniacal Mac, and I'm joined here by second time now, isn't it, good sir? Third time. It's the third time. My bad, third time.
Can't keep me away, mate.
Can't introduce yourself, good sir.
General gist.
General gist. So this one is quite a special one because last episode we did together was Camp Blood 5.
Yeah.
That was the one where before it was Camp Blood 1, and it turned out to be Camp Blood 5. So we nearly got lied to, right? And in Camp Blood 5, most of it is a film called Things, which I kept saying Thingies. No, it's Things. And Camp Blood 4. And then 10 minutes of it is Camp Blood 5. So we got robbed one time, right?
Yeah.
Nearly got robbed again because I downloaded Things. But the version I downloaded was a 1989 version, not this version of Things, which is 1993.
Yeah.
So we nearly got robbed twice until I double-checked to make sure this is the version we got. So yeah, basically, this is like Inception Part 2, because the last episode was Inception. We were like watching a woman watching a film when we really wanted to watch this film instead. So what they done with Thingies, basically, this is what's mad, right, is she's literally watching another film, which is a film called Thingies, because I have heard of it, and we were like, this is wicked, isn't it? Like a mulch monster on a film. Then we started getting disappointed, because like, we wanted to watch that.
Yeah.
Innit?
That was the best part of the film, actually. It was the other film.
Things. It's showing us, like, there is an actual thing called a film called Things as well.
Who's this guy?
This is a film they're watching called Things, right? So we're watching a film called Camp Blood, and now they're watching a film called Things.
Yeah, we're watching a film.
And this is the best thing that happened in the film. This has been in a Camp Blood film, which is... Look at this!
A film within a film.
Yeah, and this is so much better. I think this is actually a real film as well. Have you heard of Things?
Yeah.
Also, speaking of which, there's talk of us potentially reviewing every film called Things, because didn't you say there's another one as well?
Well, yeah, there's one in 1989, which I originally had, which apparently is atrociously bad. This version, you look on it, like hardly anyone knows of this film. I've found hardly any reviews on this one in particular. Couldn't even find a trailer for this film, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
That's never a good sign.
But what we saw in Things, it looked quite funny at points, didn't it?
Yeah,
so
maybe that was the trailer.
Maybe that was, that was a trailer for it. Other thing I need to mention, YouTube is being a bit of a bell end with some videos. So if you go on my Rumble account,
As usual.
all the DUD SPUDs are on there. None of them are blocked. So if you are enjoying these episodes, go on Rumble because there's more on there. So I think we should say no more general gist and just get straight into it.
Let's fucking do it.
Right then.
I'm ready.
Be back with you soon. Okay, and so we're back now from watching Things, the 1993 version. And fucking hell, I in a weird way, right, when we watched Camp Blood 5, we got robbed, because Camp Blood 5 was this film and Camp Blood 4, and then 10 minutes of Camp Blood 5. So this looked like the best part of Camp Blood 5, so we actually watched this, and I feel robbed. I don't know about you.
Yeah, big time.
It's the best way. Anyway, we'll go into it from beginning to end. So it opens up, we're like, oh, this looks like it could be promising, because it sounds like someone's getting a good time in a motel. And then the guy walks out, doesn't he? Like, straight after, all like, hey, the people in work are going to love this.
Yeah.
And as he walks away, who emerges from a bush?
Oh, fucking crazy bitch.
His wife.
Here we go. I like this already.
Yeah. Potato cat.
Starting strong. Some woman getting railed in a motel. Oh, by him.
You guys in a cough room here about her. I'll show him this time.
He was getting railed way too hard for him to do.
Did you hear the voice acting? And then he goes off to the motel where he'd just been laid, and then the prostitute's in there. And what does she do to the prostitute, bro?
She fucking basically takes her hostage.
Yeah.
Starts telling her fucking stories, like.
Pulls out a gun, ties her up to a chair, and goes, right, I'm going to tell you a story. Like, what?
You look out for films that have finger blasted in. Is that in the selection process?
Depends how lonely I feel.
It is already, bro. How far in are we?
I don't know, a few...
Three minutes. Of
That's for the intro, so this is probably about a minute in the film.
Wow.
Yep, this is going well, I think it's going.
Straight to the bandage.
Oh, well, what a shame. This woman's, like, so energetic, isn't she? Like, what drugs is she on?
Loves it, like. She's been planning this for months.
She's, like, properly excited about it, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, she's telling her a story, bro. So she's tied up a prostitute and she's telling her a story now. So yeah, literally. So this film's got two stories.
This is a throwback.
starts telling her a story. So we're like, all right, then what the fuck is this first story going to be about? Keep in mind, though, at this point, though, was it one or did we get the full pair of tits, or was it just the one?
We just saw one.
I think this actress got paid half price because we only the one tit. We didn't see the two tits. So then she's basically telling the first story about some prostitutes who have bought a theatre because that's where they want to start a business, but they didn't tell them they were buying it to be a brothel. They were like, oh, we're buying out a theatre. They assumed these women were theatre people, but they're basically prostitutes who bought out a theatre to turn into a brothel.
Yeah.
The guy, and then there's a guy who owns it, isn't he? He looks like Michael Ironside with a fucking hat.
You don't belong here, Tulip. It's about goddamn time.
So what does he pull out, bro?
He pulls out his worm.
Out of what, though?
In a box.
Out of a box. He pulls his worm out of a box. So usually where you want to get your worm in a box, this guy likes getting his worm out of a box, doesn't he, you know? So you might be thinking, what are you talking about? Because at some point we thought this was turning into a porn film straight up. We were like, is this just going to be a softcore porn? You know, we didn't know where he was going. But yeah, this dude's got a fucking box. Loads of STI references, by the way, you'll see in the edit. Pulls out and there's like a mulch fucking monster in there. And that's where we see it, the first clip of the mulch monster. There's a guy, he's got in a room. He's like, oh, you sold the theatre to these prostitutes. He's like, I didn't know. He's in this. I don't think he even fucking knew they were prostitutes. He goes, well, you're disgracing me in the town. Stabs him in the hand with a knife, so his hand's pinned to the table. And he's pulling out the box. The guy's like, no, because he knows what's in it. He's like, no, please don't, no. Opens up the box and explain this, Shauno, right? So he's got a knife in his hand, there, right? At any point, there's a million options you could do to get away.
Take the knife out with your other hand.
Get out, or even this.
It's the first thing that
Right?
comes to mind.
You could even go, shit. Okay, well, that's you. I'll use this.
Yeah.
What does he do, Shauno?
Basically, he's got his other hand on his dick or something.
He must do.
We don't see it.
Because the
And,
mulch monster approaches, slowly as fuck. And he's like, you know, and then literally it's like that. And then he slowly goes to his cheek.
starts eating his cheek. And then he's dead in seconds.
Yeah, for like what? Is it about 5 seconds of cheek eatage? And he's like, oh. Guys, it's like, are you fucking for real? Whatever.
Imagine it was his dick.
I think it might be. The way he's speaking about it, my friend, like, I miss you. We'll be together again soon.
Dick and it's gone road.
Mate, like, I have seen 2 films that happens in, so it's possible.
It happened to me before.
Yeah, your dick just goes off, you wake up, you're like, what the fuck? And no, don't let your mulch dick kill me.
So, I'm assuming he knows what's in there.
Yeah, that's why he's shitting himself, isn't he?
Pull a knife out your hand.
Yeah, why has he not done that?
What's he doing?
He's just sitting there accepting death. You've got your other arm, just grab the thing and start fucking smacking it against the table.
Gonna have to take that with one hand free.
Easy.
See how slow it is.
Yeah, look how he's just
What are his feet doing?
He's nothing. He's just letting it eat him, bro. This is what this guy's into, bro. Is he dead? He just ate his cheek a bit.
That would take hours.
It would take so long to kill you that way, like.
You'd be like, can you just like shoot me in the head
Yeah.
or
You
something?
just suck my brains out or something, just fucking just get me down
Do
quick.
you have an axe? Just feed
Yeah.
me.
Tell you what, I'll do this job myself, bang!
Going on like this thing's fucking invincible. You haven't even tried to it.
I know. I guarantee you, if you flicked it, you'd die.
Yeah.
So then it skips into the prosy with the one guy. They keep bringing this guy
A lot of
back up.
prostitutes in this film.
Really is like, you know what I mean? A lot of bollocks as well. So
Basically, that guy that got killed at the start, he's the only one I think in the entire thing that's not even a prostitute or a
Yeah.
prostitute's customer.
yeah, no, he's the only one who doesn't fucking. He's not a dirty bastard.
Yeah,
The only one who's not a dirty bastard. So then really, it's just going back and forth between these prostitutes. And you said mentioned this guy with the act. Keep in mind, this film's an hour and 21 minutes. There's a lot of bollocks in this film for that, right? So literally now, we're 30 minutes in, we've had that one fucking scene and nothing else. This guy's going on, it goes back to the prostitutes fucking again.
She's got me talking like some sissy.
You're fucking right there, mate. Stop talking like that.
What kind of pussy ass question?
It's pointless, isn't it? It completely goes nowhere. And then finally, the box then is just left in the theatre because the guy's like, well, they're prostitutes. I'm going to let the worm go and do what it's got to do. So,
It's a worm that goes at about 1 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Top speed.
so at this stage, then, the older woman, she comes across a box, doesn't she, bro? Remember that?
Yeah.
So what happens in that scene then when the older woman comes across a box? Do you remember?
Doesn't it just mulch it?
Yeah. Just like mulches her up and it's just like opens a box and fucking gets her, the older woman. We're like, yeah, and it was a really shitty
Oh yeah,
death.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Come on, jump out and fucking kill someone. Louis ready, escape me.
How old? She's fucking been in the game for a while.
Yeah. She's experienced.
Yeah.
Ah, what's that?
Since the bottom bit.
Ah. And she's screaming, so the other girl goes running in. And then the other friend as well hears the screaming, so they go running in.
Yeah.
See the old woman's dead.
Yeah.
And they're seeing a mulch monster. The one girl, fair play, straight away, she's like, fuck this, she's getting into the action. While the other one's a damsel in distress.
Yeah.
This little mulch monster's running about the place, and they're just more concerned about that. They have a conversation about politics sitting down there then, about how they want to be politics, and then go back to the old woman to go, oh no. Keep in mind, they've had a whole conversation about politics, and they go back to being sad about the woman who's dead.
The thing from the box that did it. Mayor Black was here earlier.
Syphilis.
Yeah, I was going to say, what STI is she talking about? Fucking hell.
Never heard
Talking about politics when there's
Yeah,
fucking dead
what
body
the
lying.
fuck are they talking about politics for? This film's called Things.
Imagine, right? Someone's had their throat torn out. You find them, go downstairs, start talking about being politicians. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, that's... yeah, don't worry about your fucking friend who's literally dead right there, you know.
Deal with that later.
You're right though, bro. You're right. They just were like, what?
That's that then.
Yeah, there's like no empathy, is there?
Did we want an ambulance?
There's just nothing there with them, bro. They're just fucking robots. And this film then really is like the mulch monster's about. The one woman seems quite competent. She's kind of keeps chasing after it, and it just keeps getting away. Fucking ages, and then it's chasing the one woman. Man.
How slow it is.
Stay here. Why? Because if someone opens that door, one of us has to be here. Who will come to the door? Stay here. This shouldn't go
Just on about business. She's like, we might get a customer.
Yeah, innit? Yeah, exactly.
feeling about this.
You know, there's fucking plenty of men who need their cocks up.
right now if it wanted.
The hand.
It's just a big slug.
We're going to have to split it between two of us now.
Yeah.
This bitch is stupid. She hasn't even got a weapon.
No, like
I'd at least have a fire extinguisher or something just to bash its head.
This-
Let's spray it.
there's so many things she could use. She's in a fucking theatre.
Yeah.
And then eventually gets to one of them. Do you want to explain how he gets probably the most competent woman in the film?
Basically, she's standing there looking at the door or something.
Well, she's back in bed, isn't she then?
And did she have a hand out on the side though?
Yeah, she has
So
her hand down
leaves
the
her
side,
hand
yeah.
out, and she just leaves her hand sitting there, and this thing slowly, and I mean slowly,
Slowly.
molasses like slowly sneaks up on her, and somehow she doesn't notice it, and she gets mulched really easily.
As soon as she looks straight to her chest.
Yeah, it actually did a little bit of a jump. Actually,
Yeah.
that was the only evidence I saw that it was any kind of threat.
Yeah, and then so she's like blah 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 blah, and then the other girl's like hearing her scream with the other guy they have there. So then they're like, shit, we gotta go there. They start off all like panicky, but as soon as she stops screaming, that's when he decides to be really slow. It's like she's fucking clearly dying. You
Yeah,
gotta fucking get to her.
Oh, look, here it comes. Look how slow it is, bro.
She is stupid. Ah!
Fuck's sake. So he can jump there.
It kind of looks like he can.
Yeah, 'cause
The strings control it so far, can't they? Like, why are you taking your time? She's
I know, yeah.
getting fucking mauled.
You
Like,
stop screaming now, you might as well run the other
Yeah.
way.
game over. Jumped out into it. Yeah. And then he's got the woman in it, and that's when he's talking about the box, and then it's a
Yeah.
bit weird. We're like, oh, he's getting a bit rapey here, isn't he?
Yeah.
with her?
Yeah, well rape it.
And kind of like she falls
Yeah,
to
he
the
knocked her
floor.
out. Yeah.
And then that's when we're like, oh no, is he going to do what we think he's
Well,
going to do? He don't, in
He
respect.
doesn't. And to be fair, right, he did ask for her consent because he was like,
Yeah.
like, I'm giving.
He says he loves her. He said, I
Yeah.
love you.
And he's like, I'm going to give you one more one more choice to consent.
Yeah.
She says no, so he fucking knocks her out, but he doesn't rape her. So,
Yeah.
you know, it could have been worse.
I was expecting him to be that.
Oh, yeah,
but
I
no.
thought he was going to go full on Bundy on her.
So
but
he
didn't.
decides to go, right, here's a box, gonna leave that with you now while I lock you in a room.
Yeah.
And then,
to his worm instead.
yeah, so then she decides to go, okay, I'm gonna put the weapon down and try and speak to you all nice. It turns into a child's goosebump. She's like, hey, I don't want to hurt you, let's be friends. And then you're like, what the fuck?
From the first moment I laid eyes on you.
So she's just escaped that thing to this rapist.
Yeah, basically.
Why did you do it?
All great leaders have left people in the dust. You remember that? How much
Wow,
respect
he's
they
fucking on a scale of freaking out. That was quite high there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Miss LaRussa, did I have the gift of the flower? I could open my buds in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sure can open something.
Talking to monsters always works.
How is this gone 18 rating?
I'm just looking for a place to call
Serious?
home.
This is like this turned into like a kid's film.
And love.
I don't want to hurt you, little monster. Let's be friends.
Looking for a place of beauty and love, she said.
Then he goes in, and she's obviously, he's like, where does he can't see? The mulch monster hasn't got her. She's been friends with it, and then that's when the mulch monster just fucking jumps out and gets him, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
and then she's still alive, so obviously she's been friends with the mulch monster because I think isn't that the lady who becomes?
You're the mad lady.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna get a gory death?
Oh yeah.
Oh look, he's fighting back. Or he's trying. What? In his mouth? Not chowing down on it. Fight it back.
Yeah. Throw it on the fryer.
Enjoy your meal.
Bon appetit.
Because they tried to connect them, but that's pretty much story one.
Yeah.
Then it goes back into the motel room where she's got the woman tied up there again, the wraparound story part, and she goes, now we're going to tell you another story.
And then we're not 100% sure if the other story that she tells is anyway related to this.
Yeah, it implies it is at the end, but you're not certain.
It's like,
None of the characters are really related, are they?
no.
So story two then is basically starts off with fucking some like I don't know if he's a doctor or something.
He looks a bit like Christian thingy in
Christian Bale.
in American Psycho. Look.
Christian Bale, you reckon?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, in American
Yeah,
Psycho.
I know Christian Bale well. I don't know, like I don't. He looks like
with this psychoticness.
he looks
like, the
his character
Yeah.
resembles him a bit. So this guy, he's like I don't know if he's a doctor or what, like you know, but it opens up with him and a woman kind of in bed, and then he starts going all weird and literally just fucking eats her eye. He like and hold her eye, and he's like having a munch on it, right? I mean, you were like,
Yeah. It took us by surprise actually. It happened, and we were like,
weren't
"Why
expecting
haven't
it."
So what you're saying is we need to try really hard to make a good
He
film.
just munched her eyeball, bro.
Oh yeah. So.
Something happened.
Yeah, we zoned out at that point.
Yeah, because we had zoned out a lot. Keep in mind, we were talking loads about Prometheus and other films, because the last section, like, although it sounds really fun, there was like 3 parts of goodness, all of us is bollocks. Me and you were talking about anything but this film for the majority of it, weren't we?
Now, Prometheus, bro. Do you remember those aliens?
Oh yeah, the alien snakes.
I reckon Dharma are doing, bro.
So basically, mate, this film, we spoke about Prometheus and we spoke about serial killers and basically fuck all about this film. What is that saying?
Playing,
Pile of wank. Why is this scene still going on, bro? We've had a full-on blown conversation about Charlie Z, and this scene hasn't stopped.
Well, I haven't seen any titties and I haven't seen any more.
Yeah, I suppose no takes, still multiple.
When either of those things happen, right? I'll shoot back in.
No.
So he's munched some woman's fucking eyeball, right? And then the next scene, he's with another woman. He smashes her like teeth on a doorknob, and her teeth come out. All right, back it up.
That'll stop you talking on the phone late at night. And stop your moaning and your bitching, arguing and complaining. Or I'll stop it for good.
Fucking editing is that? pretty brutal. It's the same woman. Keep in mind, this is the same woman all the time. You're like, hold on, like, why is her eye back? Why is her teeth back? Right? It's the same woman. Right? So then, yeah, the next noticeable scene then, he's with her in the kitchen and having an argument, and they're about food, and it's over the top, kind of like your typical abusive husband, but like over the top, quite comical because it's so over the top. This food's disgusting. Why do you give me this poison weed? Where's my coffee? You know, he's over the top. And then what happens when he has a little conflict in the kitchen with her? Explain his UFC skills, bro. Explain why you'd never want to fuck with this guy.
Yeah, man, he's got absolute like gorilla strength.
Something crazy going on, bro.
Yeah.
What does he do to her?
He fucking gets her in an arm lock and then just. We thought he was breaking around, and I was like, okay. And then
he does. He goes.
And then he just fucking rips it clean off. Like.
So first he does that. It snaps. You're like, oh my god! And it's like a big, like, you know, the bone sticking out, like kickbox, like a blood sport shit. And you're like, whoa! Like he just snapped her wrist. But he goes an extra step. Then he goes, fuck it, rips her whole arm hand off.
Yeah, it was pretty cool actually.
And
that's made me think. Hang on, so does she regenerate body parts? Then?
Because that's where we're spitting out at this stage. It's like, that's exactly the same woman, isn't it? That he's taking your eyes back, her teeth are back, and your hand comes back. Like, this guy is so over the top. Like, I get you're trying to make him the bad guy and that, but fucking hell, it's like comically over the top, like.
Parsley, honey,
Ah!
I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry.
What are you doing? Just stop it, will you?
This guy's a fucking bitch. He has more hissy fits than women.
The most important meeting of my life, and you helped me by ruining my shirt. What the hell is the matter with you?
Look at the face. Is she gonna? Is he breaking her wrist? Oh, that was brutal. He ripped her hand off. What? She imagined that.
He should do jiu-jitsu, mate.
Mate,
imagine him in the UFC.
I was gonna say, bro. Hey, you would be tapping out the second he touches your wrist. I know what you can do, tap like. Fuck that. That was hilarious.
You'd have to just knock him out in your first blow. You gotta knock him out coming in. That's
yeah.
Because if he gets you, right?
You got a mascot on me.
If he gets you, you're losing a limb.
At least. He's known for never leaving a fight without a limb. He takes a limb with him every time.
The cut man's there with loads of bandages ready and a tourniquet.
And a fucking torch, you can, like, you know, whatever limb you've had ripped off, like.
Sweating bullets watching.
No, I'll take disqualification. End the fight.
Charlie Z.
Yeah, Charlie
I won.
I said no connect. What are you doing? Just boxing.
What?
Everybody knows that Charlie Zelenoff is the pound-for-pound king of boxing and fighting and MMA.
Everything. He's the one man you refuse to get in the ring.
I would never get in the ring with him. He's a badass.
There's no timeout.
I'm not fucking up.
So her and her friend then, who I guess, you know, supposed to be a friend, a blonde one, they're talking about bullshit, like, you know, relationships, about it's not going well, whatever. It's so fucking bollocks. She takes back a little clown, like, head thing, which we should mention, because it kind of comes into play, but whatever. So she goes back then, and then she gets attacked in the kitchen by her husband, and it turns out her friend, a blonde girl, giving her advice, goes, we planned this all along, we wanted you dead so I can get with your husband, like, you know what I mean, that's why I was being all nice to you. It's a double cross. So he basically ends up killing her in the kitchen, doesn't he? And then she's all about, oh no, kills her in the bedroom, he stabs her, boom, she's on the bed dead.
God, do I just love this portable phone.
What the fuck? What?
Since I never left, you look surprised.
He's...
This the guy that ripped the girl's hand off?
Yeah.
This guy's got gorilla strength, man. He needs to get out of that.
Yeah.
Look at him, even got the tie. He's got no chin, bro.
What did she hit him with?
He's got no chin.
I mean, shouldn't even touch his chin, use his head. Little bitch he is, like.
How does this look?
What the fuck?
What are you doing?
It was planned the whole time.
Keep quiet,
Just fight her.
The one that had her hands now.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
No, it's a different woman because it went to these two randomly like. Why? That best part of the film. Why? Wow. And then the friend is with the guy in it, and they're like, oh, let's like shag over the corpse, and that's when we go, oh, why would he be with this 4 out of 10 when his wife was 8 out of 10? And then she gives us 2 good reasons to see why she steps up to a 7 out of 10. Then, and we're like, your wife's still better, but I understand now
Oh
why.
yeah, that reminds me actually. So we saw 2 tits actually, because you see her right one as well. So each film has a tit.
Did they? Because because the other girl we do briefly in the bath, innit? It's a brief scene or something. And we see, so to equal it out, we go 1 girl's left tit, 1 girl's right tits, but 1 girl just gives us a full load then.
Yeah.
So it's 2 full pairs of tits if you were to combine all 3 girls together. Not bad.
He's way prettier than this.
I know, innit? Why is he getting with a 4 when he's already got like an 8? What's he doing? Definitely something wrong with him.
Okay.
I know, she got better tits.
This bird looks like she's on crack.
Alright.
It's good to hear.
Okay.
Forgotten about it.
You just went up 7.
She just bumped up then a bit, didn't she? Like,
Let's do it, Mama.
Doesn't matter to her anymore.
This guy's savage.
So, basically, they're sleeping now, right? And then it goes from a point of view, which is like you assume the woman who's like the wife. She's walking, right? With a knife, and like, oh shit, she's going to kill him in bed. All this chance to kill him, right? The friend wakes up. She goes to stab, goes in her hand. Literally, this is her reaction. Leon! She don't scream or go, ah! She goes, Leon, there's a zombie girlfriend here. And they're like, fuck. So she fucks up. Leon gets up and fucks her up. Takes her to the kitchen and fucks her up, doesn't he, bro?
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, so you're a zombie girl now who's woken up and still got stabbed to death, even though you had the one up on them. And your friend gets stabbed in the hand and literally goes, whatever, Leon, fuck this guy.
Straight for a hand.
What is he? Pain threshold. The woman don't feel pain. Wait there, look, the woman is back alive. What? What? Did she not die or is she a zombie? You didn't even scream. Fair play to that woman. She just stabbed her in the hand. She went, Leon. Whoa.
Oh, fuck's sake.
So even though she had the sneak up, and she's still fucked up.
Difficult, mate. Difficult.
I can't believe she fucked up that bad.
That was terrible.
They were sleeping. How do you fuck up that bad?
Even if, right, if she put her hand in the way, that knife was long enough to go through her hand and into
I
his
thought
arm.
that's what was going to happen. I thought she was going to go. So then, when they're in the kitchen, then it shows the zombie girl now. Her hand's gone from earlier in the film. Her one eye's gone, and her teeth are out. So you're like, hold on, all this shit that he imagined earlier. Basically, the way he killed her. All this earlier was in the guy's imagination of like, oh, I'll rip your eye out. But he actually did it to her in the kitchen. So they tried to be clever for that, which is fucking stupid. And then she becomes a mulch monster.
Yeah.
Because they cut her up and they put her in this little clown thing. And he says about the acid, bury her. A year goes by. They're about to move. And he
dig it up.
Go on, you explain all that then, bro.
They dig it up so no one will find it. And then while he's got his back turned, what's left of her, if the acid is turned into her, so she must regenerate or something because
must do.
And
she becomes a mulch monster.
Yeah, and eats him basically.
Well, he's going past. He fucking grabs his leg like it's just a hand with a load of mulch, like, and he's falling down. And then it attacks him. He's like, oh, I don't know, someone having a blue shit, a Smurf shitting, loads of Smurf shitting. They got some problems. I mean, is that supposed to be her just like coming back together as a mulch monster?
Oh, maybe.
Wait there, is that the monster from the first one, bro? From the first story? Is this how it's all coming together? Is that the mulch monster they kept in a box? You might be right, bro. They might be connected. That might be the mulch monster from the first story, bro. his hand first. Go on. At the moment, you have a girlfriend then in the shower, isn't she?
Yeah.
And then he's
Completely
like a
nude.
fucking dead space monster at one point, like when it's all on him. But explain that part about the whole shower scene then, bro.
She's in there finger blasting herself.
Yep, standard.
He sneaks up, gets the drop on her, and she doesn't realise that he's a mulch monster. And he turns around and wanders off.
Yeah, just fucked off, yeah.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
And she gets out and sees blood on the floor from him, but I think she thinks it's from her, like she's maybe on or
We say
something.
blood, it's more like it's just like bits of flesh and teeth and that. So
Yeah.
it's not just blood. She's like standing on mulch, and she's like, "Oh, are you okay, lovely?" Like there's teeth
Yeah.
and mulch on the floor. I think something's up. Goes in the bedroom, and then what happens when he's just
It's like, hey baby, let's get it on, and then she goes over and he's fucking this mulch monster comes out of his chest, and he's all fucked up
Yeah.
in the bed.
he's all fucked up on the bed,
So
and
he
then
can get up and walk to her and back.
yeah.
And when he's got back there, so I don't know. I thought the mulch monster was controlling him, but obviously not.
No, yeah. And so basically she's all fucked then, in it standard, the mulch monster gets her then kind of in the bed thing, which is not 18, you know, bit of like whatever. I mean, you're not going to ask why he's like breathing extremely heavy and looks like something from Dead Space. Just come have a shower now, you're on blood, get him.
Are you hurt, sweetie?
Are you hurt?
Sweet.
There's like fucking loads of teeth there, there's something serious going on now.
Daddy's home.
Oh god, this is fun.
This is hilarious, bro. Look at this! Oh, no! Get your eyeball.
Fuck it.
And then it basically just goes to these two fucking police, and one guy thinking he's really cool, who reminded me a bit of like, what was that fucking film, where the, No Country for Old Men? Look like this young dude's in the intro, and he's trying to be all cool.
No, what about it? There's his head. It was in a microwave.
What business is it of yours?
But then it all wraps up, right? Because she's a mulch monster, and they go to the forest to find the dead bodies, and they go in, oh, this woman's like, her head's been glued back on. It's like she wanted to be caught that way. That was found in the forest. On the first story with the box, a guy goes, oh, I found this mulch monster in the forest and I brought it up. So I think they make the attempt to say the mulch monster on the second story is the same one in the first.
Yeah.
Because then it goes back to the wrap-up story where the woman's got the prostitute and she goes, right, I'm going to take you to a garage. Explain that.
Yeah, honestly, I've got no idea. It was I'd lost all sense of what was going on at that point.
She takes her to a fucking garage. Keep in mind now, when she opens a garage, she got neighbours there. It's in a community, loads of people around.
Yeah.
And she goes to this prostitute woman. Which story did you think was most disgusting?
Oh yeah.
The box monster. Right, I'm going to take you somewhere.
Bear in
Opens
mind,
a
like,
fucking garage, and what's in the garage?
like 30 like women tied up and gagged, but they can still walk around. So they could all just like stampede out or something.
They all look fresh in, none of them dirty, like they've been here for about an hour at
Oh,
best.
yeah,
Right? And keep in mind, when she opens a garage now, her neighbours can see, and it's this big open community. No one's rung the police and then screaming, making loads of noise. She's just got them all tied up.
30 tied up hookers in the garage.
Shitty neighbours, neighbours. No one cares. So then she goes to this prosy girl, and she goes, "You're going to join him because, like my husband, if they're not there, he can't brag about it at work." But it implied she killed them all, right? But they're not. There's loads of them left there, and then she gets a box and she goes, right, mulch monster's going to randomly pick who they want. They're like, no, get in there. Closes it and just lets mulch monster go. And yeah, she pretty much closes it, and that's how it ends. And in there, she closes a thing, and the credits come up. We're like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? It was
terrible ending.
I just happen to have all the old ones right here.
What?
I knew you'd pick that
How has
story.
no one like reported this to the police?
You know,
Like, and
28 out of
here,
every 32 women surveyed.
like none of the neighbours notice or care or.
Not only that, but they were like, I mean, I don't see any fucking.
Are you fucking serious? Right, I'm gonna go have a piss and spew. I'll be back now, right?
Yeah, man.
Fucking hell, that
There
was
is.
fucking embarrassing. Yeah, so basically Camp Blood 5 made this film look fucking really good. Camp Blood 5 is terrible, man.
No, it did this. It pulled the same thing on us in a way where
We got robbed twice.
that one was only half the film.
Yeah, there was hardly any of the fucking good shit. It was like 3 moments in each story, and these 3 moments were about a minute each, so maybe 6 minutes to 8 minutes total of good shit. But yeah, let's just get into this, and I think it's pretty obvious. We were robbed in this, lied to. There is another film called Things, which I've heard is one of the worst films ever, 1983. Can it be worse than this one? I don't know. It's an hard call. I don't know. But yeah, no more to say. This was a dud. Pile of wank.
Yeah, I concur 100%. Absolute bollocks.
Pile of wank. Like, you know, I don't recommend this one. Maybe down the line we'll watch Things 1989 version.
We laughed the most, right, at the ending. That was
Yeah. There was one moment I was like, oh, it was like an acting moment. It was the way they reacted. I put in the edit, I can't remember, but it wasn't even like a gore thing. But I think that was my best part of the film. When I looked through and I just started laughing. It was the way they were reacting or something to each other. No, it's a different moment because it went to these two randomly like, why? That best part of the film. Why? Wow. Yeah, rest of it on the end, you know the score. But yeah, I've been Maniacal Mac.
General gist.
Thanks for joining us. Until next time, peace out. Yeah, we only had a quick look at some tits, which weren't good enough for me.
We only saw one.
Yeah, we didn't even see the full bit.
Singular. Today.
You didn't have enough money to pay her. You
You
can afford one tit. One tit.
A lot of talking going on, considering she's a hooker.
There's too much talking going on. Goddamn, close that mouth and
She
put this
needs to tell
instead.
him, be like, listen mate, this costs.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and he needs to stop being a sucker and paying money for this when he could be getting his dick wet.
See, if there were men here and men saw that, they'd be like, alright, you phone the police, I'm gonna get her in the car, take her to the hospital.
You kill our things.
Yeah. I'll be back. Yeah. I'll bring some beers.
Yeah. Well, that one is a massive letdown, bro, because when we watched... How mad is it that we enjoyed that segment more in another film when it was shown? The other film just showed the quick mulch part, so we're like, that looks wicked, and then now we've watched it, bro. What a pile of wank.
But it's bad, to be honest. She's got the right idea.
Yeah, she's much cooler than the other.
Attack is the best form of defense.
Although she's shit at catching up with this fucking thing of snail's pace, isn't it? So, how competent is she really? She'll probably end up stabbing herself.
Looking for money, bro. That's what she's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
First instinct, innit?
a few
Money.
dollars sitting around
Money.
there somewhere.
I smell people. The dumb one. He is, though.
Well, she's got a weapon now, so heroic use increased by like at least a point.
At least one.
Yeah.
We give her 1 point, maybe. Why is there so many attempted jump scares in this film? This second story, besides when he like ate the woman's eye, which was partially funny, and then done the wrist smack.
Oh yeah.
That was it. That was it.
That was a good one.
That's the same with both of these things. They have like 2 or 3 moments where you're like, ooh, and like the rest of it is bollocks.
Maniacal Mac.